Hi, I'm Ollie, this is SimplyStitchy, and in today's video we're going to be focusing on Eddie. He's my Singer Touch and Sew Golden 640. I'm going to be walking you through how to clean him. How often you clean your machine really depends on how much sewing that you've done, but what I like to do is I like to give it a brief clean every time I finish a project. And when you're cleaning your machine, it's not just the bobbin area that you need to pay attention to, which we'll get to in a minute. It's also the areas where your thread comes into contact with. So your thread guides, the take-up lever, and don't forget the tension discs. Now the easiest way of cleaning tension discs is with a little bit of dental floss.
Make sure you raise your presser foot so that it takes the tension off the tension discs.
And all you really need to do is just make sure that there's no lint from your thread actually stuck inside those discs, just by giving it a little bit of a wiggle with the dental floss.
Try to move outwards.
As for take-up lever, you just want to make sure that there's no build-up of lint anywhere in this faceplate area.
You can use a paintbrush or a cotton bud, and working from inside to out, just get rid of as much lint as you can.
And with this thread guide, sometimes you'll get a little bit of lint caught in there. Again, just make sure that that's free from any kind of thread debris. A good way of making sure that you don't get any unnecessary build-up of lint in either this thread guide here or in your tension discs is to always make sure when you're removing your thread to snip it off at the top by the reel and then pull it through the sewing machine. Make sure you lift your presser foot up first and then pull it through in the direction it would go as if you were sewing. Thread is designed to go in one direction, and if you pull it against itself, you're more likely to cause it to shed, which is why you should always pull it through the machine in that direction. The next area we are going to pay attention to is the bobbin area. And with the Singer Touch and Sew, what you need to do is you need to take this throat plate off as well as open up the slide cover. Make sure your needle is out of the machine when you do this. And there's a handy little lever on Touch and Sew, which if you just move all the way over to the left, did you see the throat plate pop up then? There's actually a little setting here called Unlock. And that just makes taking the throat plate off really easy. The next thing that I like to do is I like to take the needle out, because I have been known to stab myself with it more than one occasion, which is not fun. So I'm just going to take that out and leave it there. This would be a prime opportunity if you have done a lot of sewing to actually swap that needle out for a brand new one anyway. And the next thing I'm going to do, just to give myself a little bit more space, is I'm just going to take the foot off. Next, lift the bobbin catch up and just take the plastic bobbin out. Now when you're cleaning the bobbin area on a Touch and Sew, you need to make sure that you keep the machine in the sewing position. The next thing that we want to do is we want to take the bobbin case out, and that's this bit here. And to do that, we need to get this black positioning bracket out of the way. Now, it's not me that calls it a position bracket, that's actually what they call it in the manual. And basically what you have to do carefully is you lift it slightly and pull it to the right just to get it out of the way. But I will just give a word of caution here. Be careful how high you lift this thing, because it's spring loaded, and if you go too high, too hard and too quickly, there is a chance that you'll actually pull it off the spring, which is hidden inside the machine. If you want me to post a video on how to fix that on this particular style of Touch and Sew, because this bracket looks different on different models, let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can put one of those together for you. Right, so all we're going to do is there's a little bit there that you can just put your fingernail under, and we're going to just gently lift it up and move it to the right. We're going to move this to the right and pull it out. Now while you've got the bobbin case out, use a cotton bud to just wipe around the area just to see if you've got any debris, dust, lint caught down there. And look, even though he looked really clean, there is some debris in there. And the same goes for around the feed dogs as well. Just try and get as much lint out as you can. You can also use a vacuum cleaner to suck out some of the debris as well. Now is also a good time, while you've got your bobbin case out of the machine, to just put a little bit of oil just around that groove going around the bobbin housing just there. And also just rub a little bit with your finger around the actual case. To get it back in, it's literally a reverse. You pop it in, turn it to the left. This little latch needs to be pretty much in line with the feed dogs. It's just like a straight line. And then you just pop this back down. Like so. And it should be fairly solid and secure. Although this should wiggle just a little bit. And then pop the bobbin back in. Close the latch. Put the throat plate back on. And move this little lever all the way to the right. And now the machine's clean and everything's back in its rightful place, you're ready to start sewing your project. I hope you liked today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And why not check out some of the other videos I've got on the channel using the links coming up on the screen any minute now, or the ones I'll put in the description box for you. And why not subscribe and click the little bell just below this video screen so that YouTube can let you know when I've uploaded another video. Whichever video you go and check out next. Hope to see you back here for the next one. In the meantime, whatever you're sewing it with, embrace your creativity and have fun. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.